Primary teachers, welcome to Best Practices Weekly. Have you noticed a push on your campus to make sure that you are spending 50% of your time in literary text and 50% in informational text? I know I have, and sometimes when we make shifts like that in our classroom, it's easy to let things fall by the wayside. We're going to look today at an article about a teacher who made sure that singing did not fall by the wayside in her primary classroom. In fact, she incorporated it as part of her reading program. So we'll look today at the best practice of using singing and lyrics in primary classrooms. You can find Let's Bring Back the Magic of Song for Teaching Reading in the October 2013 edition of The Reading Teacher. As we discussed earlier, teachers are working hard this year to balance literary and informational text, and the author and a classroom teacher of this article has asked us to not forget the power of song in engaging young students in reading, and reminds us that singing and tracking song lyrics does have a definite impact on teaching primary students to read. We will get specifically into the routine that this first grade teacher used to engage her students in reading through song. But first, let's talk about the benefits. She talks in the article about the joy that students find in singing, and then it motivates them to follow along and, in turn, to read the lyrics. She says the melody and rhythm of songs make them easy and fun to learn, and in turn, to read the lyrics. Song lyrics provide ample opportunity for students to practice sight words, reading in context. Instead of just on note cards, they're actually practicing them in context in real-world application settings. That song lyrics also provide opportunities for vocabulary instruction, to look at word families in conjunction with rhyming words, and repeated reading of song lyrics can increase reading fluency. We all know what rereading stories does, and so she argues that rereading song lyrics can also increase reading fluency in our primary readers. Okay, so let's get down into the nitty-gritty of how this first grade teacher introduced songs and song lyrics into her classrooms. But before we get to what she did on day one, the article does talk about that she made sure that the songs that she chose had rhythm and rhyme, and that they would be pretty easy for her students to learn, and that obviously the lyrics were grade and age appropriate. Okay, so on day one, when students came in, she had the song playing. She introduced the song to them and the song lyrics. They sang it together, and she also led a discussion on what the song meant, so they did some comprehending there. Students then took their lyrics and they looked for words that they knew within the lyrics, and they took home the lyrics that night to sing the song for their parents. So they had multiple interactions with the song and the song lyrics, and reading the lyrics together and then on their own, all in the very first day. And let's look at what she did on days 2 through 5. I think I forgot to mention, but she did use the same song all week long, so students were learning one new song a week. In days 2 through 5, she again started each day with a song. Everyone sang it together, and they used the lyric sheet. She did keep encouraging students even as they were memorizing the song, which they were, of course, doing. They would come in singing it. But she did encourage them to keep looking back at the lyric sheet to use their reading tracking skills. And then each day the class focused on a different skill through the lyrics of the song. For example, when they learned the song You Are My Sunshine, they talked about compound words. This would be a chance to circle rhyming words, to choral read the lyrics, to talk about family words, just anything that the teacher could pull out of the song lyrics that had to do with word work. She did. Every day there was a different focus. And then, again, like we said, throughout the week, she always encouraged the students to watch the words as they sang the song. At the end of the week, they would try to invite a visitor to come in and listen to them sing the song all together. In this case, with the song You Are My Sunshine, it was the principal who came. I'm going to guess that while we were talking about that article and the best practice for incorporating song to help your students learn to read, that you were thinking about songs that you would like to do that with in your classroom. Primary students love to sing, and most primary teachers do too. So try this best practice out in your classroom and come back to the website and let us know how it went. Maybe even list the song that you chose that would be great for other grade level teachers to use. Thanks for joining us today.